Patriotism. It's the fire that fuels flag-waving crowds, national anthems, and heartfelt pride for one's country. But have you ever noticed that men often seem to wear their love for their nation more boldly than women? From chanting at sports games to volunteering for military service, men tend to display patriotism with a unique intensity. So, why is that? In this video, we're diving into the surprising reasons why men generally tend to be more patriotic than women. Buckle up for a fascinating journey through psychology, biology, and culture. Before we dive in, let's clarify what we mean by patriotism. It's the love, devotion, and sense of attachment to one's country, often expressed through pride in its history, culture, or achievements. While both men and women can be fiercely patriotic, studies and social observations suggest men are more likely to express it outwardly. Why does this happen? Is it biology, culture, or something else entirely? Today we'll explore three key reasons: historical roles, psychological differences, and societal expectations. Let's get started. First, let's look at history. For centuries, men have been the primary actors in nation building and defense. From ancient warriors to modern soldiers, men were often tasked with protecting their homeland, whether through combat or leadership. This role tied their identity closely to the nation's survival. For example, in times of war, men were conscripted or volunteered to fight, fostering a deep sense of duty and pride in their country's cause. Women, while equally vital, were historically assigned roles like nurturing families or supporting the war effort from the home front. These roles, though critical, were less directly tied to the nation's public image. This historical division of labor created a cultural legacy. Men's involvement in wars, politics, and exploration meant their sense of self became intertwined with national identity. Think about it. National anthems, flags, and monuments often celebrate military victories or male leaders, reinforcing this connection for men. Over time, this has shaped a worldview where men feel a stronger pull to publicly express their love for their country, whether through saluting a flag or cheering for their nation's sports team. Now, let's get into the science. Psychology and biology play a huge role in why men might lean more toward patriotism. Studies suggest men are generally more group-oriented when it comes to tribal or territorial instincts. Evolutionary psychology points to testosterone, a hormone higher in men, which is linked to behaviors like dominance, competition, and group loyalty. Patriotism, at its core, is a form of group loyalty, an us versus them mindset that resonates with these instincts. For example, a 2018 study from the University of Chicago found that men are more likely to identify strongly with group affiliations, like sports teams or nations, than women. This could explain why men are often louder about their national pride, whether it's chanting at a World Cup match or debating politics. Women, on the other hand, may express loyalty differently, often prioritizing family or community over abstract national ideals. This doesn't mean women are less patriotic, but their expression of it might be less public or tied to personal relationships rather than territorial pride. Interestingly, brain studies show men tend to have stronger emotional responses to symbols like flags or anthems, possibly because these symbols tap into their instinct to defend their tribe. So when a man feels a rush of pride during a national anthem, it's not just cultural, it's wired into his biology. Finally, let's talk about today's world. Society still shapes how men and women express patriotism. Men are often encouraged to be vocal, competitive, and protective, traits that align with patriotic displays. Think about how men are socialized to take pride in defending their country, whether through military service or public debate. Women, while increasingly visible in these spaces, are still less pressured to perform patriotism in the same way. For instance, cultural norms might celebrate a man's passion for his country as heroic, while a woman's similar passion might be seen as unusual or less expected. This double standard can make men feel more comfortable expressing patriotism loudly, while women might channel their love for their country into quieter acts, like volunteering or community work. Social media amplifies this too. Just look at platforms like X, where men often dominate discussions about national pride or politics. A quick scroll through posts about national holidays shows men are more likely to share flag emojis or bold statements about their country's greatness. but it's not black and white. Women can be just as patriotic, especially in countries with strong female leaders or egalitarian cultures. The difference often lies in how society rewards or expects these expressions. So why do men tend to be more patriotic? It's a mix of history, biology, and culture. Men's historical roles as defenders and leaders, their psychological wiring for group loyalty, and society's encouragement of bold expressions all play a part. But let's be clear, women love their countries too, often in ways that are just as meaningful but less visible. Patriotism isn't a competition. It's a shared love for home, expressed in different ways. What do you think? Are men really more patriotic, or is it just how we see it? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. If you enjoyed this deep dive into patriotism and gender, hit that like button and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Share this video with someone who'd love to debate this topic, and check out our other videos on human behavior and culture.